Sometimes we call Jesus the Good Shepherd, but do you know why? If you don't, we hear about that in this week's Gospel. Immediately, the first line in this week's Gospel is, Jesus immediately said, "I am the Good Shepherd. A good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep." Can you guess who the sheep are? Well, we're the sheep. Jesus is the shepherd, and he lays down his life for us. He quite literally died for us on the cross. Jesus goes on to say, "A hired man sees a wolf, leaves the sheep, and runs away. This is because he does it for pay, and he has no concern for the sheep. He lets the wolf catch and scatter the sheep." Jesus is not our hired shepherd. His duty and his life is to be our shepherd, shielding us from the wolves of the world. Jesus knows that life isn't easy, but he's here to help us through it. He'll never stop caring about us, even if we stray away from the pack. He'll always be there waiting for us to come back. I had a friend when I was younger who was very deep into his faith. In his late teen years, he fell away from his faith and began to actually resent God. This happened due to the tragedy of someone very young in his family being killed. He carried on his life for some years without the presence of God in his life, or so he thought. In the last video, we talked about bad things happening to good people. This situation happened to him and his family, causing him to lash out at God. But God and Jesus are always still there, waiting to help lead you out. God is in every person's life, whether you know it or not. He continues to watch over us even if we hate him. Even our hate is not enough to keep God out of our lives. Some years later, the perpetrator was brought to justice. He was caught after causing harm to yet another family. But this time, my friend saw it as a sign that God was out there. God was out there and wanted to be part of his life again. My friend realized that even though a wolf got through to the pack, Jesus and God were still there to defend him and fend off the attackers and find justice. I think that's the most important part of what Jesus says. Jesus does not promise us that bad things will not happen, but he does promise us that he will always be with us in the celebrations and the struggles. As we've said, life just happens sometimes, but God doesn't leave us. He summons his almighty power to make sure he is close to us, even when the wolf is causing harm. He's our armor, and he's an armor that does not break. He's in the messiness of life when we need him most, even when we can't see him. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.